All right, Eastside students, hey, welcome back. This is the video number 5. First we had the introduction video, that's the long one. Then you should have seen the next 3 steps in our Bible reading plan, our 4x4 Bible reading plan. First step was prepare, second step was to read, third step, discover. That's where we're asking those discovery questions. There's 4 of those. We're reading 4 times a week, that's where we get the 4x4, okay? But this is the 4th step in our process. So the 4th step is to share. You know, everything else is kind of done on an individual basis between you and God. But this is where we want to expand our connections with one another. Okay, and so we're going to share with one another what it is that God is doing and working, how He's working in our life, what He's telling us through His Word. Okay, we want to share that together. Now, normally we do that on Wednesday nights, most of the time, 6 o'clock at Eastside, but you know, COVID-19 has put a little interruption in that. So guess what? We're meeting 6:30 on Wednesday nights with right now we're using our Zoom video chat, and so how we do it and when and where we do it is not as important as that we are meeting together. Okay, whether it's virtually or in real life in person. Later on, when this happens, we'll be able to do that together. But currently, we're having to do it, you know, through technology and phone and computer and stuff like that. So the point is that we need to meet together in a group, hopefully smaller the better. When we're in large groups, you know how it is on Wednesday night, sometimes our larger groups, we have to divide into smaller groups so we can share a little bit better. But we want to share what we've read and how we've obeyed what we've read, what we've discovered about God, about ourselves. Who have we told the good news with this week? How have we obeyed God's word this week? How did that go? Did we mess up? Did we blow it? Did we get a victory? Did we do okay, but we need some encouragement? All those things are the reasons we need to meet with one another. You can't get encouragement by yourself. You can't be challenged by yourself without some real accountability, someone who will walk with you and challenge you, but also encourage and support you as you go, as you walk with the Lord. So we want to do that. We also want to care for one another, spending time in prayer for one another, to hear one another's burdens, to carry those with each other, to share those with each other, and to lift each other up in prayer. It's so important, and that's what we do on Wednesday nights a lot. So that's the 4th step, is to share. Now, you do the first 3 steps, prepare, read, and discover. Guess what? You haven't done all that God is expecting you to do until you add that 4th element of sharing together, meeting together. Again, like I said, in person or virtually online through video or audio or however. Even chat, email, text, old school writing letters. There's lots of ways to connect. And so it's really important to do that. You know, speaking of writing letters, like old school style, that's how most of the New Testament was written. It was written as letters, actually written down. Someone wrote the words down, letter by letter, and sent letters to groups of people who, when they would get together, someone would stand up and read the letter that Paul or whoever, Peter, John, somebody would write. And over in all of those letters, they were encouraging the church, encouraging the local body of believers, the community of Jesus followers, not to give up meeting with one another. Don't be discouraged. Always get together as often as you can. Okay? Jesus is the central part of our meeting together. But it's not worship music. It's not Bible teaching. It's not fellowship, and even talking about missions. The most important thing is Jesus himself, that Jesus meets with us. When 2 or 3 are gathered, we know he's with us. And so sharing together, that 4th step, is so important to this Bible reading plan, so important to our lives as we follow Jesus. We'll do one more wrap-up video, and hope you've been able to follow along as we've been making these videos. Go through, watch them in order. If you need to rewatch it, that's fine. Send it to a friend. However best you can to do that. All right, see you next time.